Hey everyone, welcome back to The Leader's Edge. I'm Steve Steele with my co-host today, special co-host, guest co-host, Anupama Kinatukara, featuring our own special guest, Ernelita Dacumos. Wow, Ernie, that was a very powerful segment in the second segment, and I have to admit, it's a little emotional for me. I mean, just seeing you, be my partner. We work all the time together. We see each other all the time, and to know it has been for me. Today has been a little bit of an emotional roller coaster. I'm going to be vulnerable and say that, but I think this next section is going to be even tougher because all of us in our life. And I want to be listen. I want to just reframe this by saying, Leader's Edge has always talked about being very authentic, being real, and being raw. And this is a tough segment, and all of us have a secret. I don't care who you are. You have secrets or secrets, and some things you've never told anybody. We all got them. So, Ernie, this chapter is called, chapter 6 is called, Do You Have a Secret Too? So, Ernie, tell us about that secret. Tell us about your life.
Do you have a secret too? I want to make this light, but there's no way around it. I was 9 years old, and it's in the book. It's actually the very beginning of this chapter. I was 9 years old, and I was sexually molested by my stepdad. He took advantage of being able to visit his mom's house and bringing me with him, and taking the opportunity of her not being home. And that lasted for about 3 years. And when you're at a very young age, not knowing the norm, not knowing what's right and wrong, maybe knowing what's right and wrong, but not really knowing the how to defend yourself, is kind of difficult, right? So that became a norm for me for years. It was very uncomfortable. It was I wanted to run away from them. But I did not say anything. Hence, it's a secret, right? I did not say anything because why? Shame happens, right? We have moments in our lives that we are so shameful of that we don't even want to give it light. Because the first judgment that you will hear is, well, what did you do? Were you wearing, provocative clothes? Whatever the case is. What do you
Nine
think?
years old, for God's sake, right? Jeez.
Yes, exactly. So the fear of being judged, the fear of not being heard came into play. And I didn't even know that those things existed. I was ashamed that it happened to me. And I know I'm speaking for a lot of women out there who has maybe gone through the same journey or maybe worse, and they kept quiet, right? They stayed quiet. And it's part of the self-confidence journey. The shameful moments, the things that we hide behind the closets, the things that we have to push behind closed doors, under the rug, under the bed, those need to be let out. We need to shed light to it. Not because we want to experience the pain that we have felt during that period, but because we have to release that pain.
Yeah.
Hence the
Wow.
Ho'oponopono process. I shared
Yeah.
earlier that it's for yourself, but again, it's also for others. I have applied the Ho'oponopono process to forgive my stepdad from doing what he did. It's one of the reasons why I moved to the United States when I was 17 years old, because I wanted to run away. I wanted to run away
Mm.
from that. But it's funny because my uncle saw it and the news broke.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
But that
Did
didn't.
how did that affect your family?
It affected in, I mean, the best that it can be. It's more so of him asking for forgiveness, but I don't think I ever forgiven him because I carried it with me for another 9 years.
Mhm.
right? Until I moved to United, maybe longer than that, to be honest with you. I carried the pain, I carried the resentment, I carried the frustration, the anger towards him until I learned the Ho'oponopono process, which, to be honest, I was probably 25 years old. So I carried all that pain from 9 years old to 25 years old until I finally forgiven him and release the weight that it's given me, because this is the thing that I want to inflict to the reader and to the listeners. Obviously, the pains, the struggles, and the frustrations, the resentment that we have, you are letting it affect your life. The person who has inflicted that pain, that frustration, that resentment is moving on and living their life.
Yeah.
How is it fair for you to let it affect you to this day? It has to be released. And
If
with
a
that,
person
you will
says,
go ahead, partner.
yeah, yeah, if a person says, I just can't, I can't, what if they say, Ernie, I can't give up. I can't let go of it. It's part of who I am.
Mm.
Is it really part of who you are?
Are you letting it become a part of you?
Ah,
Right? Are you letting it become a part of you? James Allen said this: adversity does not define you, it reveals you. It's up to you if you
beautiful.
want it to make it your truth. We will
Yeah.
all face adversities. It's not if, it is when.
Yeah.
And what
That's
do you
right.
do about it? Will you let it destroy you, or will you let it empower you and propel you forward, make you stronger?
Beautiful.
Ernie, can you tell us a little bit about? I know we have gone through the chapter on why we needed to you needed to forgive, but what are the benefits that you've received by forgiving?
Ooh.
Wow. Good question.
Benefits of forgive. Well, I think it's more so, I've given it on the book too. More so for me is being light.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You feel
What does
so
that
much
mean?
lighter when you have
Oh,
forgiven someone or yourself. You feel so much lighter. Like the burden, the
Mm-hmm.
weight has been lifted, right?
Mm-hmm.
You feel like so much lighter to a point where, and you feel like you're free.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I'm sure because
Absolutely.
of that, you have more clarity and focus on things that you really need to pay
Right.
attention to.
Exactly. It gives you that sight of, instead of functioning from a place of lack and a quietness, you're more so functioning in a place of inspiration, motivation, empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, once you have gone through the forgiveness process,
Mm-hmm.
it's more so of, there's not a lot of fear. You are
Mm-hmm.
able to tone the fear down and say, well, I've already gone through that. I'm still okay. I'm still alive. I can still forgive. Then I can do something else.
Anupama, when you said the word clarity there, that was an image came to my mind. It's like a person who's fell into a huge vat of just mud,
Yeah.
constantly mud, and it weighs
Mm.
them down, and that mud is all over them, and it's just, it just weighs them down. And
Yes.
then they ask that forgiveness themselves, and it begins to wash that mud away, and you become lighter.
Guess where I learned that from? From Ernie's book. I read her book, so I knew
Right.
she
That's
had
right.
clarity and focus right in there. So it's
Yes.
not
Exactly.
my
It
thought,
gives
it's
you
her
much more
thought.
clarity,
Yes, it does.
much more
So,
focus.
Yes.
Ernie, I do have a question before we are going to close. We have a few more minutes. Tell us about that twist in chapter 10, please.
Of course.
Aha!
Only Anupama will test this waters,
Got to give
right?
it
But
away.
I will set
Uh huh.
my boundaries, and I will
Ooh.
confidently say you're going to have to buy the book.
Oh, my dear.
Yeah, yep. I don't look. Listen, Go buy the book. Get on Amazon. Go buy it, people. You're gonna love it. I'm telling you, it's got gold in there, gold nuggets that'll help you apply it to your life. These things will, as you said, it'll lighten your life. You'll get better. There's tools in there to work with. And so go buy that book on Amazon.com and order it today. Order it now, right? Wow. Ernie,
Yeah.
you're amazing. I'm glad to know you. Poppy, got any last questions for Ernie?
Yes. Tell us, I know you said you started off as a shy introvert, and now we don't see you as a shy introvert at all. So tell us what you are up to and where are you headed next? What's next?
How long do I have, Anupama?
About 2 minutes.
Yeah. 2 minutes?
Probably 60 seconds at this point. Currently, I am still doing the radio show with my partner, Steve Steele. It's still going on. A lot of speaking engagements happening in the next few months, and very, very blessed. People can reach out to me on social media, Confidently You, and that's about it. Confidently You that club is my website. You can reach out to me there and learn more about the book.
All right. And I hear you already have been on the Maxwell stage speaking in front of thousands. How was your
Yes.
experience there?
Oh my goodness. Scary, overwhelming, just like with everyone else. I mean, even though you're confident, there's still things that scares us, but it's not a matter of, being scared. It's a matter of how do we push past the fear. It was a lot of people, a lot of crazy palpitations of my heart in my heart, but being able to do it was just fulfilling. It's the same exact thing with the book. If you're doing something that you're scared of, or you're willing to make a change, take action, and you will see how capable you are. Hence, living unapologetically you.
Right. Beautiful. So take us out, Anupama.
All
Just
right.
about ready to wrap it up.
I do want to remind everyone that we are launching our very own YouTube channel, The Leader's Edge, today. And this would be the first episode. So definitely check it out. The replay will be available within 24 hours after this live show. And if you have a product, service, or rebranding that you are launching in your company, we would love to help you promote it globally. So please contact our producer, Robert Ciolino, at robert.ciolino@voiceamerica.com for more information.
Yeah, and Anupama and Ernie, next week we have a major special guest here. We're going to be joined by Tim Elmore, founder of Growing Leaders Incorporated, best-selling author, and renowned keynote speaker. He is amazing, and we've been trying to get Tim for a long, long time, and we finally got him. Don't forget, get on the YouTube and get the Leader's Edge today, which will be our very first episode. So, as always, Ernelita, my partner, thank you for today. You were amazing, simply amazing.
Thank you, partner.
Yes, we wanted to say thank you to all of our listeners and friends, because without you, the Leader's Edge would not be possible. We are grateful to have you here and so excited to connect with you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.